Hi, this is Paul Slatkus, Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Fred Klein. Hi, Fred. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. The last time I saw you, I was down at Cafe Y in Greenwich Village, and your son was performing with the Bodega Tall Boys, and congratulations.
Thank you. It was a thrill.
I'm sure it was. That's a historic place. We interviewed one of the owners, William Scotty, a friend as well, and your son, and shot a little of the performance. Well, what's it feel like to have a son in such a good rock and roll band?
Well, it's interesting. I keep a diary, and I'm now reading 1979, and I got a letter from my son Alex, and it said, "I am taking guitar. It is fun." And I sent him an email saying that, and his response last week was, "It still is fun." So it's really great. I don't have musical talent, and to be able to go up on stage and introduce them, and to kvell, which is a legal term, is beyond description.
Now, you were a heck of an MC. Just remind me of what you said there, the opening, to get everybody all excited.
Well, there's a little history behind it. I'm the co-founder of Gotham City Networking, and we held our first Battle of the Bands competition in March of this year. And I'm sitting in the audience, and I'm kvelling, and it's clear to me in the 10 contestants that the Bodega Tall Boys are going to win. They announced the third place, no. They announced the second place, no. They announced the first place. I said to myself, wow, they won. And no. And I was devastated. And to this day, I still have not really gotten over it. So when I got up on stage, I said, who says you don't get a second chance to make a good first impression? Ladies and gentlemen, the Bodega Tall Boys. And there were 4 of the 5 judges were there, so I stuck it to them a little bit.
Let me let me ask you. Actually, I think you have a legal background, right? You're
yes.
in the law field. First impressions, because obviously you're very aware of a person's first impression, especially when it comes to legal matters. Is that
right.
important for you, say, in life?
Absolutely. I mean, they say that tall people, good-looking people, telegenic people, they are more successful in many instances than smart people. I mean, it's there's an expression, think Yiddish and dress British. So my answer is there are a lot of intangibles.
Okay. And then the people get to know the people, and they see people are people, right?
That's right.
With all our foibles. Let me ask you another question, just because, we're good news. We love to, in essence, you're using the word kvell. Kvell in Yiddish, just because I happen to know that as well, means it's a happiness. It's a lightness of the heart. It's a happiness of the heart, or whatever else you'd like to share in that regard. Raising a child and seeing a child do well. It for you is what?
Well, I have 2 boys. My older boy, David, was my law partner until January of this year when he went out on his own. And Alex is the second child. And Alex had the benefit of not being, overly anxious, us being overly anxious and all the rest. So he's more of a free spirit. And he's in experiential advertising in his day job, but he loves his music. He's been in this band with his high school mates for 25 years. And this Saturday night, they're appearing on the side stage at Jones Beach, in a sense, opening for Bob Dylan. So it just keeps on coming.
Wow, I know. He mentioned that in the interview, and I said, boy, just to even be in Long Island when Bob Dylan's there is a pretty big deal.
Yep.
That's very exciting. So, Brad, this is all a lot of good news for you, right?
It's great, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. You interviewed me 7 or 8 years ago about Gotham City Networking, and it's up on our website, and I didn't know I was that articulate. You must be the interviewer.
I doubt that. You have always a lot of good things to say, and you're a real do-gooder. You're that whole Gotham organization. What's the website for that, just so the audience knows?
www.gothamnetworking.com.
And that organization was put together to do what?
It's in its sweet 16 year, and it's based upon the concept that it's better to give than receive, but what goes around comes around. We're a social-business networking group, emphasis on the social. We analogize ourselves to family and/or an Indian tribe, and we call it tribal networking.
Okay. All right, Fred, it's always a pleasure. Last question. What's good news for you? What's the good news for Fred Klein?
Good news is that it's the summer, and we have a new puppy, and I can go out and not worry about the snow. I'm a little worried about what's going to happen when it gets cold, but it's warm, and it's nice, and it's summer.